All right. Hey, guys, we are going to take a look at silver today through the lens of Elliott wave theory. And I must say, the reason there's so much excitement brewing regarding silver is we are inside of what is potentially the third wave of a next degree third wave of yet another degree third wave. So we are potentially embarking maybe soon on wave three of three of three. And if you know anything about Elliott wave, you know that wave three is typically the most powerful and longest wave in a structure. So if we are really in wave three of three of three, you are embarking very nearly on an epic bull run. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's look at the chart and use Elliott wave theory to develop some parameters. All right, here we go. All right, so the 1-2-1-2 has already happened. This is that second 2 that I was referring to. So we've already had a larger degree 1-2. Now it's this degree 1-2. And then hopefully here is the smaller degree 1-2. Now I want to talk about this because a few days ago, last week, towards the end of last week, this was such a beautiful three-wave move that we were eyeballing this as the 2, as the wave 2, and I was putting this where this white wave 3 is. I had this white wave 5 was over here. So given what happened on Friday, this action with this smackdown and made a lower low over this one caused me to reevaluate, count things again, measure waves again. And here is what I'm now seeing. I'm still seeing a bullish structure. The potential is still there. So what we are going to do is not get caught up in the emotions and the hype. What we're going to do is just simply look at the parameters that Elliott wave theory provides us. So this did make a higher high over here after making 3 waves down. And the way I'm viewing this is an A, B, and as you know, the C wave should be composed of 5 waves. So I can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is reasonable for a 3-wave move down as a corrective wave. And then this clearly impulsive up to here. But then this smackdown, although disappointing, honestly, it's just another 3-wave correction. And it's caught support right where you would think it should catch support, between 618 and in this case the 764, which is absolutely reasonable to expect a wave 2 to retrace to this zone. So the way I'm thinking of this is the hope is very much alive for the bulls because the parameters are telling us that the long setup remains intact. Now, what does this mean? Let's create an Elliott wave projection so you can get a feel for how traders are using Elliott wave to create parameters, to create price targets using the Fibonacci extension tool, combined with what I know about Elliott wave and what I'm hopefully teaching you guys. So we're going to grab the trend-based Fib extension tool. I'm going to turn my magnet on. You get 3 clicks with the Fib extension tool. First click is going to go at the bottom of wave 2. The second click is going to go at the top of wave 1. And the third and final click is going to go at the bottom of wave 2. In this case, it's 2806. So I'm just going to drag this over. 2806. The reason my fibs are yellow and showing not what I call Fibonacci pinball, Fibonacci structure, is because I'm using a template. So I'm going to change my template to standard Fibonacci pinball, standard pinball. Now look, this is speculation, but it's speculation based on 5 years of experience and over 10,000 hours measuring waves constantly. So if this is going to play out, and by this, what I mean is this low at 2806, if this low holds and we continue to get 5 up, potentially getting up into this region somewhere in here, and then get a 3-wave retrace and then make a new high, that is going to shift the odds towards this count, as we call it, being correct. I'm going to change these labels to white so they are the same color as my fib level. So a standard target for a wave 3 and an impulse is the 1.618 level. So as long as this low holds at 2806 and we continue to advance in an impulsive manner, the first clue is going to be getting above this level. And in fact, now this level I was using prior, but I'm going to move this level down right to the top of that wave 1. So that is the next, what I would call meaningful parameter. But as you know, if you've been following me, it's not just about the parameters, it's about the structure of price in context of those parameters. So if we can get 5 up that pokes above this level in what looks like a 5-wave move, and then get a 3-wave retrace, that is going to be your high probability buy area. Now, look, we played this game already and I was wrong. So what I've been doing is each time in the structure, I'm adding a position long and I don't take it off. Why? Because this is an interesting point. Why don't I take the gains? Well, primarily I am a scalper day trader. That is my personality type. That's my trade style. That is who I am as a trader. If you don't know who you are as a trader, by the way, got to figure that out. That's big. It's huge because it's going to affect everything that flows after that. So I'm primarily a day trade scalper. The exception is because of where we are in the structure with silver, I am building a position in my Roth IRA. So what that means, let me dive back into the chart now. So what that means is I'm not day trade scalping silver right now. I'm looking to build into a swing long position. So what I've been doing is adding a contract at these lows. So I'm still long and I added one here. I'm sorry, excuse me. I added it here later in the afternoon from my car. I was on the road from my phone, which is my least favorite way to trade. But you know what? When the price is moving, it's within my parameters. If I got to buy a position on my phone, then that's what I do. Most of the time, I like to do it on my laptop or my desktop. In any case, what I'm looking at here is to hold this position. Just as we had a parameter with that last low from Thursday last week, I'm now going to use this new low as a parameter. So ultimately, as long as price stays, this is the meaningful low back here, 2650. As long as first parameter, as long as price stays above that 2806 level, then this immediate structure is intact. Can this come down further? Well, of course, price can do anything it wants. Next meaningful parameters, you do not want to see price below 2745. Do not want to see price below 2745. And we definitely don't want to see it come down below this level. I mean, look, anything can happen. But for this immediately bullish structure, we are projecting the next, if that low holds that I was just talking about, we are projecting the next target to 3114 based on this structure. So if you want really simple parameters for a swing trade, 2806, you can go long here, or you could wait for what we think will be 5 up, wait for 5 up, and then buy down into the fib somewhere between the 50% fib and the 764 fib. Now let's do a little speculation here and go down another time frame. Let's go down to the 13-minute chart and let's zoom out. I'm going to show you again how to use Fibonacci projection tool to speculate on where this may be. Now, 1, 2. This could already be a very small nano 1, 2. Let's just see where that projects to. This is the kind of thing, the kind of exercise that I do every day, speculating. 1, 2. If that's a 1, 2, interesting. 2835. You recall how I was just guessing and saying, well, if this can get 5 up and get into this region somewhere up here, this is the region I was referring to when we were zoomed out. Now that I'm zoomed in, I see there is a fib level just above there. So I'm liking this. Again, it's not up to me. Price is king. But what we'd want to see, what I would like to see, is the third wave extend a bit. To me, that would be awesome, is if this comes back up and extends either Sunday night after the open. I don't want to see a gap, but it certainly could gap. The reason I don't like gaps is they're going to get closed. But if it doesn't close it until after it makes a high up here, and then it closes it on a 3-wave retrace, well, then that would be okay. But it would just personal preference. I'd rather not see a gap. If it makes a gap, the odds increases coming back for it. Whereas I'd rather just see this go up in a nice, measured, sustainable manner. So just for speculation, I'm not married to this because at the smaller degrees, the counts become less and less reliable, similar to how a trader who trades candle patterns and so forth will tell you on a 5-minute chart, it's just way less reliable than on a 1-hour chart. And a 1-hour chart tends to be less reliable than a 4-hour chart and a daily, etc. So let's just see what happens at the open. These are just clues. So for an immediate set of parameters, okay, just this is a small degree. So we already went over the parameters, right? The larger parameters that I was talking about, right? Which is this degree right here, the 2806, that has to hold. But on a more nano basis, we want to see 2835. 2835 needs to hold if this is going to play out as an impulsive structure of the next major move. So, and I think a reasonable target would be the highs 2936. Interesting that that's exactly $1. So basically, if you can trade small enough, depending on what instruments you're trading. Now, of course, I don't know what this is going to do with the open, but the idea would be to get long. If you're already long, great, stay long. If you're not long, buy at the open or wait for the open, just see what happens. But the idea is you want to buy, and the first indication that this is wrong is below 2835. So it's already gotten away from us a little bit, depending on what kind of instrument you're trading. But above 2835, a reasonable price target at a bare minimum would be 29.28. But ideally, it gets in this box and then gives us a 3-wave retrace as a wave 4. And then we get one more shove up as a wave 5. And then a safer buying opportunity to add 2 longs, which is what I will do. And again, look, this is just speculating, but I'm just putting this on here to explain the concept of how to trade Elliott wave. So let's just say that price comes up somewhere up here where I've put that 5. And actually, another way to speculate is if you think it's going to extend, go ahead and my battery's about to die. Throw on another fib up there. Sometimes it's the 2382 I like to see for an extension, which just coincidentally is right where I put that 5. Just basically guessing on visual, 2806. So now you drag this over. So if it makes 5 up, okay, if it makes 5 waves up, wherever it tops out and starts coming down, as long as what is coming down looks corrective, what I am going to look for based on the structure, I'm going to look for price to move down into this price territory in a 3-wave structure for the next long opportunity. So that's looking ahead. That's speculation. The main point for the rest of this session this week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, however long it takes, do not get below 2835 and get above 2928 in 5 waves. Now, look, we can get 3 waves up, but I don't want 3 waves. I need 5 waves. I need a complete 5 waves and then look for a corrective looking 3-wave retrace to get long. This could be one for the ages. Now, I'll just give a warning because I've been paying attention to silver in earnest since 2009, and I've been through a lot of ups and downs. I've seen wild things. My favorite thing to do, which I've already done, is accumulate physical. So that's over. So I don't do anything with that. It just sits there in secured storage. So the idea here is you want to get long safely and you want to use parameters. The reason that I don't scalp silver now is because when this thing runs, as I'm telling you, from all the years of experience of looking at silver, it goes bananas. There are days where it's going to go up $3 in a single session. I've seen it twice, actually 3 times. I've seen this happen 3 times. And in my view, whenever the bulls really get serious about silver and the buying shows up in earnest, and I'm watching volume, which I don't talk much about because I'm focusing on Elliott wave, but I'm always watching volume. Whatever methodology you use, combine it with the Elliott wave to get the parameters. That's what Elliott wave is so great at, is giving you context for the structure of price. So now this is the perfect time to combine what I'm teaching here with Elliott wave, combine it with the professor trades. I'm talking about Armando. If you don't know me and this is the first time you made it this far in the video, wow, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're finding some value in here, please subscribe. You'll be sure to get the updates because now I'm on silver and paying attention. I'm going to be updating it consistently on the regular. So if you subscribe, you won't miss anything. The other thing is, if you've been ever having challenges with your trading psychology, have you ever blown up an account? Have you ever blown up 2 accounts? Do you ever let your winners turn into losers? Do you ever get so frustrated you just take the laptop and throw it out the window and say, I'll never trade again, I quit, and then you come back 2 weeks later and make the same mistakes over and over again? If that's you, you got to join the Professor Trades private trading club for less than $1 a day. Armando is leading the thing. Incredible scalper, incredible for entries and exits. He's using Fibonacci, which is probably how I got attracted to Armando's club 8 months ago. And no regrets. I love it. I highly recommend it, especially if you need to get a handle on just getting your mindset under control. Armando has an amazing way of demonstrating his own mindset, literally demonstrating so you can see it. If you've never been around a pro trader who's really killing it on a high level day in and day out, it doesn't mean he's right all the time. It means he's killing it all the time because he's using proper risk management, using Fibonacci. Get your mindset together so you can make these gains and take what the market is offering you. And I'm in the club every day as well, posting my Elliott wave, which is helping out with some of the parameters. If you want to take a longer trade than a scalp, like this silver thing is a perfect example. I'm looking for a lasting swing entry, but Armando is also tracking silver. And when you see him talking about buy here, that's your chance to buy and to add to your potential swing position. And then you refer to Elliott wave to see where the parameters are. Anyway, thanks again for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Do me a favor, smash the like button. That encourages me to keep making videos like this. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I will see you in the room at the Professor Trades. The link is in the description of this video. Come join us for less than less than $1 a day. You get a trial for $7. Anyway, the link's in the description. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.